Good evening, and welcome to the Heikadelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Heikadelic Show.
You know what's funny? George from the Atomic Ballroom and Heikadelic Show told me that if I wore headphones and a microphone, he'd teach me how to be a DJ in space. Well, I'm already up here, so where are you, George?
Hey there. I saw the most disgusting thing on the internet the other day. It was one of those reels, and they were taking wieners and looking at them under the microscope, raw wieners. Oh my goodness. I didn't know there were that many creepy crawlies on a raw wiener. So make sure your wiener's cooked really well or boiled. Don't eat it raw. This is sort of a Heikadelic announcement to keep you safe. Anyway, enjoy the show.
Hey.
Hey,
There we are.
here we go again.
Three Musketeers.
Welcome, boys, and welcome, fans, to another edition of the Heikadelic Show.
Let's see who's on first here. Ooh, nobody stepped up to say hi yet.
Oh, not yet?
Nope, not yet.
Everybody must still be hungover from yesterday.
Super Bowl. Oh, Keisha gets in.
Oh, yeah?
Talking of hungover, hang on.
There we go. Ooh. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
There you go.
Wow.
Off and running. There you go.
What's up with that? Keisha's number one. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And number two.
And number two.
Yeah. Thought Kathy.
What's
or
new?
Sandra would be
What's
on
new,
one.
Keisha? What's new? How come you're all excited to watch the Heikadelic Show today? What's on your mind?
Well, she's probably keep updating us on her relationship with the new guy, remember?
Ah, yes,
How's that
yes,
progressing?
yes.
Our weekly report.
I feel
Sorry
bad
about
about
that,
that.
Tell us,
I'm
tell us.
reading that in the cards.
Just kidding.
You know, kind of just hopefully that didn't influence her or confirm her.
Yeah.
Well,
All good.
it was time for a change, so
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
So, and did you guys watch the football game at all?
No.
No.
I watched like
No.
the fourth quarter, more or less. Didn't see the halftime show, but I watched like the fourth quarter.
This is an authentic
Mm.
Kansas City Chiefs jersey.
Wow.
Yep.
Here's a
That's
question,
amazing.
Ringo. Why do you support that team? I mean, why not any other team but that one?
Well, I mean, so my team is actually nowadays Buffalo. I used to be a
Oh, okay.
Patriots fan and Chargers for a while. I love the Chargers.
Mhm.
Okay.
But it always seemed that the team I would follow would go to the Super Bowl, or be in the running anyway. So this year I was all about the Buffalo Bills, right? So
Mhm.
I think next year I'm going to commit and maybe buy some season tickets. Just love watching the Bills this year. I mean, they killed it and then got killed, but you know, they had some pretty awesome games, especially the ones against Miami Dolphins. I thought were the best. But
Oh, really?
oh yeah, and the thing is, when the Dolphins would play up here, there's a difference of what 40 degrees or something in the weather. So, so the best games were the ones that got snowed in a bit, and of course the
Right,
Dolphins
right.
couldn't handle that. Everything from slipping to just being cold. And then they do their little dolphin flipper dance on when they scored a touchdown. But yeah, some really tight games, and I think I like having played football. I was on a city champion senior high school league, and then the city league was Sudbury Spartans, but which they'd play
Ah,
against different different city teams. But yeah, so I loved football. I've got football injuries. Uh,
wow.
I Oh yeah, yeah. My
I didn't
first
know you were a big football junkie.
Yeah.
well, not so much. Like, so I used to watch football quite a lot, and then I kind of, I still watch it every year, but I started, really following it this year. Um,
Uh-huh.
and then I posted something on my Facebook recently about my coach, Sid Forrester, who passed away several years ago, but he was a big mentor for me in terms of like a lot of what I do in life, in my job and everything else. That team was really well coached, um,
Right.
and some of the top players ended up being, going off in the CFL and doing some other things, but um, and it was comparable to like the university leagues that you see out there, like the Mount Allison and football is actually a big thing in Canada. We don't always hear about it or glorify it like we do hockey, but I mean, you can get
Right.
football scholarships now, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
can go a long way. So,
Well,
but this year, I don't know, there was something a little sentimental about the whole thing, and I went out and got the final two teams in the game. Eagles, great team, no doubt,
Hmm.
and then of course. Kansas City Chiefs, which, if you do a little history on it, this T-shirt or sorry jersey here, which is a game official, so it's the real deal. But this is actually kind of the '95 issue style, right? So, which was Joe Montana years,
okay.
year anyway, and he brought them to a Super Bowl and was
Right.
successful. So, really cool stuff. But yeah, yesterday's matchup, honestly, George, to answer your question, I had to really decide whether I wanted to support the Eagles or the Chiefs, and um, I went out looking for jerseys for both teams, and I thought, you know what, I got a Chiefs one, and the Joe Montana history was pretty cool because, I don't know if you guys know that story, but he was a 49er forever, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
parted ways and went off and brought a rival to the Super Bowl, right? So it's a cool story, and then he finished his retirement out with the 49ers, so it was all good. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I enjoyed yesterday's game. It was super. I kind of predicted that it would end with the winning team, winning by a field goal, and there'd be several turnovers because of the matchup. If you look at the stats, very, very closely matched teams. So, and that's exactly what happened, right?
Yeah, it's close.
Few
Yeah. I mean, even
turnovers, and
the bit I tried to understand it, I thought it must have been a good game if you know.
no, it's a great
Yeah.
game. Great game. Yeah, I mean, when
Absolutely.
you have the nail biter in the last 4 game minutes,
Yeah.
anything can. So the way I look at it is in the last 10 minutes of play, and that's gameplay, right? That can be a half-hour game on its own. But
Well,
Yeah.
that's what gets me about the sport is the last 5 minutes can be a half an hour. You know what I
oh,
mean?
absolutely.
And
And
it's like,
like
why?
like basketball, you could fall asleep and then
Yeah.
wake up the last 2 minutes are really when the game
Yeah.
is won.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
football's a little bit different in that, everything, and we were debating this yesterday, was that a buddy of mine yesterday who plays in a great local band called the House Call with Dave Wells, and anyway, he was basically saying, it's okay. What's the toss going to be, and are they going to kick or receive? There's some strategies that work right from the get-go, right from the coin toss, right? So if you play that out right, then it's dependent on whether or not you're going to kick or receive in the next quarter, and you want to be well positioned, because these games today, because of the athletes, the stats around them, but it's a game almost won by inches, and it's really hard sometimes to get like a 1st and 10 start. And the players it was just well played. Here's what I didn't like about it. The fact that Super Bowl was won by the kicker, right? So at the end, Mahoney, who's the quarterback for the Chiefs, got up with, I guess a few receivers on the podium and the coach and everything. Do you think they'd even acknowledge the kicker? The kicker won the game. It was won by that kicker. Game over.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyhow, not even a mention. So
That doesn't seem right then.
I've lost a ton of respect for Mahoney because of that, and I'm sure a lot of other people have.
Right.
And you know what? I think there's a maturity thing there that is not, he'll learn, I suppose. But he's very, very talented. The guy's got a really great arm, or gun on him, as we like to say. But he's got some years to kind of grow up a bit and recognizing your teammates in general. That's great, but it's not the Tom Mahoney show. He hasn't earned the, have the experience some of the other, great quarterbacks. Right. So anyway, other than that, it was a cool game. It was a bit of a grind, but very, very exciting, right? It was the only game in a long time that I was actually riveted. Every play, just zoned right in. People were talking about
see that.
Yeah, whatever.
I kind of get that. Yeah, if you're into it, that is a game you would be into. If you're into football, that would be the one.
I'm into it
on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, and I ended up getting some pretty serious injuries when I played football, so it's the gift that keeps on giving. But I was saying earlier in the week, I posted something about my coach, Sid Forrester, and it, I just thought about the impact of this guy, and he's just an amazing coach, and probably inspired a lot of young minds at the time to do well. I know a lot of people that graduated from that, back-to-back city championship win, and I started off as a bencher, right? Like I was third string, and then our first string broke his forearm. The other guy broke his collarbone, and then all of a sudden I'm number 3, and I got out and I got two quarterback sacks in that game, and never looked back. So, but I think I owe a lot to Sid, because he was just an awesome mentor. Hey, Junior.
Nice.
Hey, Junior. Hope you're well.
We'll have to get you back sometime soon.
Yeah.
Let us know where you are. You're out of town.
Yeah. I think it's going
Buffalo
well.
Bills. So Murph from Canada says, Buffalo Bills. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. You know what? They were on track this year. They could have really kicked ass at Super Bowl, but it's the luck of the draw, and sometimes you just don't make it past the Eastern Conference, Western Conference.
Yeah. The reason I asked you that question, Ringo, is because I have a friend in England who's really follows it. I talk to him like once a month on the phone, and that we chit and chat. He's very much into sport. We talk all that stuff, but like he follows the Dallas Cowboys, right? I mean, I think he followed them for years. And he'll get up and watch games live despite the 8-hour difference from.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. Right? And I asked him, and I asked him once, like, why the Dallas Cowboys, Jason? And he said, because they did an exhibition game in England, like the NFL came over in the 90s and they did an exhibition game, and Dallas were playing whoever, and ever since then he's followed Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what-
I mean,
yeah.
people switch teams, and then there are those that are loyal, like Toronto Maple Leafs. Like we really wanted to go and burn all of our merch, but
Oh yeah.
but you know what? No, I'm going to try supporting the Leafs for yet another year. We'll see how it all unfolds. Letitia's saying she did Valentine's Day on the weekend.
Okay.
I didn't bother with the Super Bowl. He made me a steak dinner and bought me beautiful flowers. All I have to say is, "Aw, muffin."
Well, there you go. It's all going well, then,
The question
Keisha.
is,
It's all
Keisha,
going well. Love is in the air.
what did you do for him?
Uh-huh.
That's for Keisha to
Got
know,
it-
and
got
for
him a
you.
nice card, I hope.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
good to hear. Yeah.
Not everybody in this. So Bling, our former radio co-host,
Yes.
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 He's still doing, I guess, pretty well with his. But he posted something that I put on my story, which was an anti-Valentine kind of campaign he was doing, and he's got a point. I don't know if Kathy's on. Oh yeah, there she is. But not everybody likes Valentine's Day, right? I mean,
No.
some people think it's too commercial. Some people have had bad stuff happen on Valentine's Day, like all kinds of breakups and stuff like that. To me, it's just another day.
Me too.
I'm not a big celebrator of any of that. So
no, not really.
Well, it's gotten too commercial, and that's what I don't like about it. Like, for instance, you go down to the flower shop here. I buy flowers, every once in a while, and then they have, you have your 15, 20, 25, 30. You have your different sizes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what they did here is they got the $15 bouquet size, and they stuck a stupid little heart on a stick in it, and they're $35.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm going, what a heap of crap.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, somebody likes it, so
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
but it's just gouge.
Well, I've got my
right?
heart. I've got my heart on every year at Valentine's Day, so that's
perfect.
where right here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I first started, when I came over and I was playing here, and like you'd get the rose girl that would come in with roses to the club, or yeah, selling them. I thought that was something I'd never seen before.
So Murph saying, he lived out in Edmonton, and the old Eskimos great party before and after in Edmonton. He's absolutely right. In the Buffalo Bills, honestly, they have the best tailgate parties out there. So, and I'm excited. If I can get season tickets, I'll just get general seating or something. I was fortunate enough to have a friend who had like a box, which is at the Bills Stadium, is just heated seats. You're still out in the elements, but the tailgate party, oh my God, it was so fun. So you do it upright. You get a hotel close to the stadium and Uber over. We got Uber. What a great service! I love Uber.
Yep.
We Ubered over yesterday to the Super Bowl party, and it's just so cool, right?
Yeah.
But you're safe, and they let us bring all our stuff in the car, and it was great.
Yeah. Talking of Edmonton, then, and going back to what you were mentioning earlier, Ringo, about the temperature differences, like playing games, like you said, Oh, it just reminded me that when Canada, the soccer team, were qualifying for the World Cup, this past World Cup, they were taking like the Mexicans, like they would play the Mexicans in their group in Edmonton, right? They would play them there rather than somewhere like Toronto.
That's an unfair right there.
Yeah.
And there's a classic like shot of when Canada got a goal against them. I don't know if it's the winning goal, but one of the goals. and there's a guy, and he actually runs like to the sidelines and the snow banks on either on the side of the pitch, and just dives into this snow bank.
Very cool.
So I don't know what the
That's
next
funny.
made of that.
So, hey James, good to see you on.
Yeah, sports
Hi,
are
James.
funny though.
Kathy,
There's a lot of people are so freaking serious about the sports,
Oh, yeah.
like the football game. And I saw some clips online at the end of the game when the Chiefs won.
Mhm.
People are just flipping out, like losing their mind. And there's one video. There's a whole bunch of guys together at a party,
Mhm.
and this one guy snaps and whips his drink at the big screen TV, and you see when the drink hits it, he screwed the TV up right away.
Well,
There's
yeah.
a mark right on the screen,
Yeah.
and then he runs up and just starts punching it, and all the guys are in the room are freaking out and yelling at him. I don't even think it's his place or his TV.
Yeah.
And he rips the thing off the wall, starts jumping up and down on it, and I go, "Are you absolutely off your rocker?"
Yeah,
Wow.
people can get
Like
that.
if it's that bad, find something else. Take up basket weaving or something. You don't
Yeah.
deserve to watch sports.
Well,
You know?
so one of the things I did this time was, and again, maybe it's a little nostalgia. I don't know. It just felt like different this year. So I went out and bought a cheap football. I don't know, Walmart or something like that. Just a little rubber one, because back in the day I used to have a leather one that, my friends and I would get together, watch football, and we would, we'd have somebody would have a leather football, and we kick it around, but not kick it around,
Right.
but pitch it around. And
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
back when I used to play football, and I so regret not doing this, but I probably could have bought my helmet, which had all kinds of battle scars in it. So, and it was gray. It was a Rydell helmet. So what I'm trying to do now is buy one, like a used Rydell helmet. I actually looked at new ones, and I was in a bit of a panic to get one for Super Bowl because I was going to sit there and actually wear it. But what I want to do is get one, and
Yeah.
then my future son-in-law Dill, he's an expert like at airbrushing and stuff like that, a lot of fine details. So I'm going to ask him if he can recreate my game helmet. But it was a lot of fun. So we're sitting there, and I got the ball, and my buddy Ed's like, "Give me that ball, give me that ball." So but the ideal Super Bowl game would be to have a decent helmet on, like, 3 or 4 different people, and do, like, for money or bets or something, do like a ball snap, right? And just do the whole headbutt thing, or face guard up, right? Make it legal.
Yeah.
But play like a little scrimmage line game. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I could see whipping the ball though across the living room, hitting a 65-inch TV.
Well.
So Keisha spoiled her guy with a pot roast dinner, decorations, and cake. Cool.
Oh, nice.
On his birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You watch hockey and Letterkenny. Well, Letterkenny's cool.
Letterkenny is amazing. So
Here.
Oh, hard no. Love it. Love it.
I know, it's awesome.
It is.
You should try that one day, George. Watch Letterkenny.
Hey,
Never seen it.
I know.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
And you really have to watch it because it's all little one-liners, the little jokes. Oh my God, it's funny as hell.
You know what? I asked Ryan, the mayor of what was it now? Not
Uxbridge. Is it Uxbridge?
Was it Uxbridge? Okay.
It was like that. There was three towns, right?
I sent him a note to see if he's interested in coming back on, because maybe what we can do is ask him to do a Letterkenny spoof. He's quite he's got the comedian sort of mind, and so,
do we have anybody coming on tonight for a
I'd
chat?
love to get a Letterkenny guy on, right? No, not tonight.
Yeah.
Just us.
No one coming on tonight?
Nobody's coming on tonight.
No.
Nobody.
It's just us
Nobody
three.
loves us. Nobody loves us anymore.
Why? Oh no,
We've been good.
no. We got a lineup coming.
Yeah.
I put all the feelers out. Going to try and get Al Joins back.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Ryan. Yeah, there's about 5 people that I
The
will.
Pine Tree guy, you got to get him back.
Yeah.
If you can. I know it's hard because of the shift work, right?
Yeah. Oh wait.
Actually, what about Rudy Blair? They should have approached Rudy Blair again.
Yeah, he's doing red carpet stuff right now, but he'll come back for sure.
Yeah, he'll come back. Yeah, he always likes coming on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Every day I respond to his posts. I mean, he's just
he's a fun guy.
Amazing guy, very positive attitude.
Yeah.
He did some really good interviews. I don't know if you guys watch his interviews, but there's a guy named Peter Jackson who's rap hip hop artist, and I think he's a little misunderstood actually, because I saw him on the interview and it was really good. It was an awesome interview, and this guy's like local, he's based in Toronto, actually the Durham area, I guess, and oh hey, this just in.
Hey folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside, and you can catch George out in the clubs DJing, that's right, flipping those discs and whatever else he does. But hey, right now, I just want you to focus on his backside and come up with some answers.
All right. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be all about the questions and getting the answers, because the cover, I think this cover is pretty hard. I used to have the original of this, the original album of this, and it's got the band on the back, right, or the artist, or whatever you want to call them. But this is like a limited edition. I'll show you why if anyone gets it. But this is what you got.
Oh wow!
So it's going to be all about the questions.
Can you? Yeah. Wow. Could almost read that.
I know. I should cover them up a bit more, really.
Yeah, probably. I think I got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll hear from the.
Yeah, see if anyone out there in Heikadelic land can have a guess.
I just noticed while you're all stewing on that.
I can answer some questions, Ringo, if you want to confirm your answer. You don't have to tell us the answer.
No. Murph just mentioned about one seat at the Super Bowl nosebleed sold for $5,400. The tickets that were left yesterday were $3,500 US to 11,000. Sorry. So yeah.
To watch a football game.
To watch in nosebleeders, right?
Oh my God. That's just wrong.
Oh, you know what? Not to digress too much here, but so Murph's got a Santa Fe. I don't know what year it is, but he's got 822,000 kilometers on it.
Wow.
Jeez. And
people have like this guy must be like have some kind of a clean fetish, because it's spotless. That car looks like a brand new car. You sit in it. Oh yeah, it's just amazing. But 822,000 kilometers.
He must do a lot of driving.
Well, and he should bring it to, get it in as the poster child for, Santa Fe's and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the? I wonder what year is it?
I don't know. Tell us what year.
Yeah, let us know what year it is, Murph.
2010.
Wow.
That's holy not shit! Old, really?
Yeah.
So in 12 years, he's put over 800,000 kilometers on a car.
Yeah.
That is wild.
So I'm just watching the comments here, and Murph said, try and get Mr. Tory on. He's got some free time now. But you know what? That he's probably been Toronto's best mayor, so I don't want to say anything negative. Unfortunately, that was his personal life, personal business, and the media. has that knack for just tearing somebody's soul out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so
Yeah, they're
anyway,
disgusting.
yeah.
See,
Anyway,
and again, I don't understand what the big deal is. So what? You have a
Mhm.
relationship with the staff member. Who cares?
It's
Well,
still
Like,
doing your
really,
job, right? Your
who
job's still being done.
effing cares?
Yeah.
But so he's got to
Well,
resign because of that. That's
I
just
mean,
ridiculous.
they want him to review the budgets on Monday or Wednesday this week, right? So
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
like,
staying for that, and then he's leaving after.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it just shows good integrity, or
Mhm.
Yeah,
maybe poor judgment. I don't know which it is, but I think you know what? He's done a lot of good stuff for the city. He's the best
Oh,
mayor
yeah.
that we've seen in a long, long time. So
Yeah.
I
Unfortunate.
hope honestly the tables turn and he ends up sticking around and stays.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Toronto
shame.
needs that he needs that kind of leadership sans the other stuff, right? But
Yeah.
a lot of that,
yeah.
it's the media will rip it apart. It's just
Well,
inevitable,
it's
unfortunately.
just they
No,
always
they always
dig into
do.
the dirt, right? Into
Yeah.
the sleaze. That's more important than what's going on. You know?
So Murph is saying his car has the original tranny and chassis from 2010,
Wow.
822,000 kilometers. So
Wow. He's obviously going for the million.
So who got the backside, Ringo?
Nobody
Nobody's
yet.
guessed yet, Kathy.
Nobody.
So,
No one's even guessed.
yeah,
And the question, nobody's asked the question.
yeah. So don't get your bloomers in a bunch.
Who is it?
Throw us
who is
some
it?
answers. I'm gonna say, Ziggy Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust. David Bowie. Let's have a look.
And
There you go.
Wow.
It's got to be Blood Rock Sausage then.
Blood Rock Sausage. I can't find anything by Blood Rock Sausage.
You probably won't until I write the tunes. But,
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get on with it then.
All right. Here's Kathy's line of questioning.
It's kind of a band, but it's like somebody, and the somebodies. But you really think of like the front man.
Sort of like Paul
main
McCartney and Wings.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, really. Yeah.
Okay.
British band, Murph is asking.
No, it's not a British band.
Bob
Kathy-
Seger.
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger. I wonder why Kathy would go for Bob Seger.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
She's
So let's
cheating,
see what the
maybe?
buzz
I
is.
don't know.
Hang on, no idea why. But picture
Wow.
disc. There you go.
And
old
the
picture-
Silver Bullet Band.
Yeah.
Nice.
1978.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murph says American. Well,
Stranger
too
in
late,
Town.
Murph.
too late. You're on.
Okay, Kathy, we
feels
got to
on it.
know what tipped you off.
Yeah, Kathy.
How did you guess Bob
Probably
Seger?
saw
Like,
that one of the titles I hadn't covered up was called "Ain't Got No Money," but I just thought, and that's on the original album on the back sleeve. That's
When you were
that
showing
picture
the
of the
back of
band.
the
Ah.
album, I'm sure it showed a song or something there.
Yeah, I should have covered them all up properly, but it was a pretty tough one because it's not really, it's
Yeah.
like a special edition.
very
There you
cool.
go, kids.
So what year was that album?
1978.
What were we doing in 1970?
Isn't that funny? All the good music is from back 70s, 80s.
Yeah, it's
Right?
like I don't
George,
think it's just
Are we keeping
because we're biased. I think music was just different. It was all new then, right? I mean, like funny enough, I was talking that with Mrs. George today, saying like I was like a young teenager in the 60s. I was a bit young, right? When the Beatles came out, I was a bit young, really. I was like
Right.
10, so when they hit big. And but I was saying, like, if you were in your 20s, 19, 20, blah, 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 it was just a fantastic time because it was like post-war in Europe. Things were starting to come back to life kind of thing, lots of optimism around. And you had this fabulous soundtrack of all these bands and groups and coming out, and to go out. And I thought must have been a great time to be of a certain age to go and enjoy that. And I was saying, when you think about it, it's kind of there's nothing's had that impact. As much as I love the 70s and what have you,
Yeah.
I don't think anything's had such a big cultural, global impact as the 60s did, because it was all for the first time, right? Even early, into the 50s, you know what I mean? The rock and roll, the proper rock and roll.
George was 23 when the Beatles came out.
I know, I've had a hard life. It's taking the risks with the discs and living my life on the edge of a dance floor has taken its toll, I know.
Oh, yeah. No kidding.
But I just, music just doesn't have that impact. And maybe it's just me, but nothing is so global, right, as it was back then.
Yeah.
And changed fashion, changed everything, you know what I mean? Not just the music.
So Kathy's saying that she worked for a Bob Seger tribute band. So there was one that played Regent Theater about 5 months ago. I think the Code was there with his mom and girlfriend, but we know a couple of the players in that band. Jim from he's got a band called Looney Tunes, but he's amazing guitar player. He's like one of these, he fills in for a lot of stuff, and
okay,
but he's kind of like one of the premium
I'm
guys.
laughing at 23. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh.
That's the best line I've heard for a long time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway, the Bob Seger tribute band. Sorry, Ringo.
Yeah, no. There's not being able to see the real deal. It's some of these tribute bands are really good, but the Bob Seger tribute band, I don't know I can't remember the name. They were pretty awesome apparently. So, and some of these tribute band shows are just pretty costly. The tickets are up there. Like look at there's that Pink Floyd band. Out of they tour the world, right?
Australia, is it?
They do the
Australia?
Wall.
Yeah.
They're from Australia.
Oh, okay, Forever
Seeger. But what tipped you off, Kathy? What actually tipped you off from that sleeve? Was it the song title? Let us know.
Or did you actually recognize the jacket?
Back of the album, yeah.
Yeah.
They might have wore shirts that had the album print on it.
No, maybe.
I have no idea.
No, because it looks completely different, the regular album, from what I can remember.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I go, wow, she just picked that out of her hat.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Very good.
The song title was a
okay, there you go. I thought that was a good guess.
Song title.
Yeah. I think he's like 77, 78 now, Bob Seger. I think he's still touring.
Nope. I don't know, actually. No, it's a good question. Look it up.
Still touring.
Oh, we don't have Derek to look up stuff.
I know. Have you heard from Derek?
Right? He's always right on there.
No, I was going to check in with him this week because I said when you get a chance, send us a goofy pic of, his pickle tournaments and or pickle league, I should say. The tournament, I guess, would be at the end of the league. So, but so he's been gone for what 2 weeks
it's
now.
It's the second
right?
week now.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep. Pickleball.
Pickleball, yeah.
Pickleball.
Yeah. Very cool.
The sport that was invented by 3 dads in the U.S. that had bored kids. They just made it up. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's cool.
Huh. Yeah. The front cover, yeah.
Well, speaking of...
That's a good guess, though.
Yeah, very good guess. Highly commendable, yes. Your knowledge is impeccable, Kathy.
I had ribs for dinner, and I was down at McGuire's Pub. So if you're ever in Ajax, South Ajax, go to McGuire's Pub. It's at 95 Bailey Mall.
Yep.
And the guy who works at the bar, Pete, he's super awesome. And the staff is great there, but the food is always good. Probably there 2 to 3 times a week on some weeks, but on average at least once a week.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
When I moved to Ajax in early '88, that was one of the very first new pubs that came along. There was a couple of old pubs, bars, whatever you want to call them, but Maguire's was one of the first new ones. And they serve good Guinness in there, by the way, Heiko. in
Yeah.
case you're ever
And
near
where
it.
is it?
It's just
Where
at
is it?
Harwood and Bailey.
Yeah, I was there earlier tonight and for dinner, and I
I
had
played
a
in
rack of
I played in there.
I had a
Well,
half rack of ribs.
you have the big mall, right, at
Yeah.
Harwood and Bailey.
Yep.
So where is it
You know
compared
where
to that?
the liquor store is?
Yeah. And Deja Vu Discs have a shop in
Deja
there
Vu
as well.
Discs is on the other side,
Yeah, just in the
but
corner, like
yeah.
yeah.
So if
Oh, and that other mall on the
the
south
mall's
side.
kind of shaped
Yeah.
like like this, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
right here would be McGuire's.
Yeah, in the
Next,
middle of
kind
it,
of
more
yeah.
or less. Yeah.
So it's next to a couple of smaller shops, but there's a grocery store.
No frills, I think it
No
is. The big
frills, yeah.
yeah, on the
Yep.
west side, on the west
So
end
then
of it.
you start moving east and you'll see McGuire's. It's
Yeah.
tucked in there.
Almost in
Gotcha.
the middle.
Gotcha.
We got a nice
McGuire's.
patio in the
Yep.
summertime, and actually
Yep.
Murph was down and tried to pick a fight with all these guys, but that's another story for another night. Maybe we'll get Murph on to tell it.
1888. Okay.
Geez, when I was in Ajax, there was nothing there. It was just fields.
Yeah,
That mall didn't exist.
yeah. The
That's
Guinness
right.
was
It was like a new
definitely
mall. Yeah, yeah.
the Guinness was definitely flowing there. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Good Guinness in there. I think I did a St. Paddy's Day once or twice in there back in the day.
Where's it going? Right into the sewer, I hope.
Oh, stop it.
the Guinness.
Yeah.
I like Guinness. I hated it at one point, but
Yeah.
then I started drinking Kilkenny and got an
Uh-huh.
affinity for Kilkenny and Guinness now.
Uh,
There you
Yeah.
go.
yeah,
Actually,
Kilkenny I think is nicer than Guinness, but I've tried Guinness time and time again, and I just go, why?
So I think our show needs to get bigger so that we have assistants, because I have to go way over to the fridge to grab my beer, which is a Rolling Rock, and
Oh,
I
Rolling
just
Rock,
put it in to get a little cold because it was sitting in a cooler from yesterday. But
Yeah. Well, go grab yourself
Oh,
a beer.
Yeah, grab yourself a beer. So Murph's going to take a picture of the Beatles bar in Vadero for me. Okay.
Oh yeah. I guess.
do
he's
it. Yeah,
going
look forward to
Cuba
seeing
soon,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we got fans out doing work for us now, eh? Taking photos and stuff.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Kathy will Kilkenny.
Actually, Murph should probably log in remotely and do some live photos.
Yeah.
I think he's staying with friends there, though. He's one of these people who will travel about 3 or 4 times a year to Cuba, and they
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
start developing relationships on the inland. And and why not support a local family if you can, if you can absorb their culture and stuff like that, and you got some friends there, you're
Yeah.
safe. You're completely safe because Cubans love Canadians. So it's rare that you hear of any crime towards Canadians anyway. The Americans is a different story because they're from America. But oh, that's I don't even want to get into that. Let's just stop going.
Look at Murph says he'll work for hot dogs.
And that's where I met Murph. It was in grade 2 or 3. We were having a hot dog. We had it was a thing called a fun day or something like that, and you just do fun shit all day. And there were 2 things. There was the old McDonald's. I think it's called like a Fruitopia orange today, but it was just orange whatever. Juice.
Yeah.
So there was a big kegger there, so we'd fill up on that, and I don't know, Murph, you could probably say how many hot dogs we ate, but we ate a lot of hot dogs.
Oh, jeez.
Like a lot of hot dogs. I think by today's standard, I don't think I could eat as many hot dogs.
Oh God, no. I did a hot dog eating contest once, and I ate 16 hot dogs on a bun.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
16.
And there's absolutely no way I could even do half that now. Like,
did you throw up after it?
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Orange syrup. Yeah. So like what happened was this incredible orange drink that they had back then, which tastes like Fruitopia orange today at McDonald's. But back then they had this thing, and it was almost like crack. Well, not that I've ever done crack, but it was I found it very addictive. And I
Yeah.
suppose it vanished for a while. Like McDonald's took it right out of production. So there must have been something terrible in it. I don't know. Or maybe
Mhm.
it was like crack for kids.
Mm.
But then they brought out Fruitopia Orange, and that's one of my vices. When I go to McDonald's now, I'll
Yeah.
order like a Coke Zero just because I'm diabetic, and I kind of got to control that. But then I'll just on the side I'll order an extra large Fruitopia Orange just to kind of balance out the sugar with some non-sugar but
Have,
high in
have you
acid.
ever have you ever done the Diet Coke and you put a little bit of Fruitopia in it? You ever done that?
No, I haven't. That
You should try
sounds
it.
weird.
You should
Yeah.
try it. Yeah.
I'll tell you what is interesting though. I was at a restaurant one night and I said, "Gee, I'd love to have a root beer, but I was being a good boy and sticking to like diet Pepsi." And so the server said, "No, just mix a little bit of root beer with your diet Pepsi, and it tastes like it overpowers the diet Pepsi." And sure
Mhm.
enough, tasted like root beer. It was great. I think it was actually at a Montana's, and
Uh-huh.
I don't go to Montana's anymore, but it was just because I find their service slow.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So Murph is saying we wolfed down 25 hot dogs between the two of us. And we were
Wow.
what? So grade two, how old would you be? Like 6 or 7 years old?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Ringo, when we're getting all this limelight, can you split it three ways, the screen? I feel a bit like.
Oh yeah, sorry, buddy.
I
Well,
thought, oh,
we
there
love
you go.
seeing you, George. You're the eye candy on the show.
I don't want to. I don't want to
Yeah.
hug the screen.
Wow,
Yeah.
grade 4, right?
Oh, grade four. Cliff, I thought it
Yeah.
was earlier than that. I know it wasn't kindergarten because I was at a different school, but
Yeah.
anyway, this is a while
It's
back.
funny you said orange Fruitopia, and that was the stuff the kids like. I remember when we were young, we would go all the way to Becker's, and you would
Yeah.
buy that Becker's orange drink for 7 cents. Remember in
Mhm.
the tall cardboard container?
Yeah.
Becker's had that, and that stuff was crazy good.
Oh, and when I grew up in Sudbury, as everybody knows, and um,
Uh huh.
in a little town called Azilda, and that's speaking of Letterkenny, the Star Tavern, which is in Letterkenny's first or second episode, is
Yes.
in Azilda. No longer though, they bulldozed it.
Mm.
So
Ah,
yeah, had I
damn.
known that, I probably would have I bought that just to have.
Just to keep
Um,
it. Yeah.
Keep it, renovate it, make it a
Turn it into a venue.
turn it into a venue that I can play at, and I don't, just do
Yeah.
whatever, invite my buds out. Um, but yeah, Murph is saying jungle juice. So now today, though, one of the things like if I've got to do a long drive, and again, being diabetic, I shouldn't do this, but those Slurpees that they have at this,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
oh my God, those are so addictive, right? The cream soda ones. Oh Jesus. I love ice. I will chew on ice indefinitely. Like I could sit here with just a glass of ice and chew on it. I love cold. Like
Yeah, but those
ingesting cold.
Slurpees, I know they're cold, but it's just sugar.
Yeah,
So
it
being
is.
diabetic, I don't even know how you could put one of those back. Like,
Well, I
oh
do,
my
and then
God,
I sort
your
of get
hair
a little
must be
bit.
just tingling when you're
Well,
done that.
I yeah, I tend to get a little bit of burst of energy and then just crash, completely crash. So
Yeah.
I have to time it so if I'm out driving the Beamer, right, and
Yeah.
listening to all those tunes, I'm not like all of a sudden
Yeah, nodding
falling
off.
asleep at the wheel again, baby. I'm drifting over the line. Yeah,
Oh, it's
I just wrote that,
it's
by the way.
funny that we're mentioning, the music and stuff. I was listening. There's a country song that's number one in the States, either it was just or it is right now.
Yep.
And it's kind of controversial, but even one of the artists, the lady that sings on it, she even says, this is a topic that's not really talked about much, but the song brings it right out. I don't know if you listen to much country at all.
I do a little
No?
bit. Yep.
Not
No, I
a
do.
little bit, not really.
Well, I
The songs,
don't give a damn
yeah,
about nothing, and I'm singing and bling blinging.
yeah, pretty much.
Save a
The
horse for the
song's
cowboy.
called "Wait in the Truck."
Wait in
I
the
don't know if
truck.
you heard that song. "Wait in the Truck."
No, I actually sounds very familiar.
Yeah, there's just the story is there's a guy just driving around stormy night, sees this woman in the rain, picks her up, she's all beaten up, and he asks her where is he, and he goes there and he shoots him with his revolver before the guy picks up his 12 gauge, and he just sits and waits for the cops to come and blah blah blah. It's because this guy was beating on this girl.
Mm.
So, and the Americans, it's funny because they're like, hell yeah, total stranger, would you do? Yeah, it's just not tolerated. But
What,
the
shoot
Canadians, yeah, like a total stranger, like because he's beating up a woman all the time.
Yeah.
They went and took him out, right?
Okay,
And he
well,
went to jail and said,
Okay, so
that's it.
right, but okay, so are you saying that the Americans would condone shooting a abusive person? Like, is that what?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
no,
they're
like, I
going,
mean, hey, you know what? If I don't, I know I would react pretty badly if I was to witness
yes,
something like that. There's no way.
yeah,
Like, it's one thing for two guys to be fighting, but somebody beating on a woman is not.
yeah,
It's just not cool. And but forget about equality. I mean, it's not. I've had a lot of female friends who says like they can handle themselves and take care of themselves. And
uh-huh,
yeah, okay, that's nice, but if you're witnessing somebody being overpowered by somebody else, whether it's female and male, like I tend to react differently in
uh-huh,
that like if somebody's overpowered, they're overpowered, right? So if it's a guy
Yeah.
beating up a
mhm,
guy or a girl beating up a girl but to see a guy overpowering a woman and
Mm,
beating her up, like I was a bouncer at one point, right? And
yeah.
right.
So
I'm
was
not
I.
gonna yeah, but
Me.
okay, so I don't want to shoot my mouth off, get in trouble here, but culture, okay,
Uh-huh,
because
yeah,
not there aren't equal rights all over the world, okay. But
mhm,
anyway, I happened to witness, and I was up in Sudbury at the time, and I was I don't know, I was probably about 19 maybe, 20 years old, and I worked as a bouncer in a big club, 1,000-seat club. And I was out there on the dance floor. Somebody, so we had all of these sort of um, bouncer or doorman positions in the club. So we would rotate,
right,
right? But you'd always be in the
yeah,
same position.
Mhm.
So this guy comes out on the dance floor, and I guess he asked a girl to dance, and she said no, which is that's fine. But yeah, he clocked her, man. I just you know.
Mm.
So I'm
wow,
like, wait a minute, did this just happen? And right over, you ever hear of an arm bar? An
yeah,
arm
No.
bar? It's
Number.
it's like a
yeah,
wrestling move, right? But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
oh yeah, I had him in an arm bar, and
hmm,
yeah, we won't get into the rest of the details, but he was out
yeah,
of there.
yeah.
But that's something that yeah is not right, and you
Well,
um
and it's not just that. In the song, it says too, like she's got the whiskey scars.
yeah,
So the guy's always getting drunk and then beats her up, right?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
that's
And
horrible.
it's funny because um, he goes after him. He has a pistol. So and the other guy's going for a shotgun when he busts the door in. So he shoots him first
Yeah.
and waits for the cops to show up. He doesn't run away and he goes to jail, right?
Mm.
And then he says, "Well, this being in jail kind of sucks, but he's in a worse place."
Yeah.
And then you hear the Canadian people, they're kind of like, "Oh, well, who gives him the right to go and take someone's life and blah blah blah, and they start talking like that, and you go, you're not even getting this, and that's what I like
Well,
about the Americans,
I mean, not to get too analytical about it, but like even in
No,
the
I
States,
know.
there's
Yep.
different. I guess there's different rules for their conduct, but like private property is private property, right? And there's
Yeah.
different, they have the right to bear arms and all that other stuff. But um,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, if you look at a place like Arizona or Texas, right, where you can carry a gun,
Yeah.
the crime rates are just not as crazy as they are up here. But aside from all of that, I think reasonable force, right? Like if
Yeah.
was that reasonable in that song? I don't know. I can't really, but if you can
Yeah.
break away from a situation and then get the authorities involved, that's the best way. And you know what, honestly, like in today's climate, right? You don't want to, like I get a, like I'm always on the watch for weird shit at clubs because I go to a lot of bars and whatever.
Yeah.
But it could be road rage in a parking lot. Somebody gets out
Yeah.
of their car and you took
Oh
their
Yeah.
yeah.
spot, and
Yeah.
they're raging, right? And it's not worth it. It's really not worth getting into a fight. I mean, if you're going to defend yourself and there's enough witnesses, absolutely. I mean, don't come starting a fight with me because I probably won't back down. But at the end of the day, we're adults and we're old adults. It's not worth it, right?
I know.
We've got families and I mean, the only benefit I see with going to prison is you've got 3 square meals a day, some time out in the yard, and all the sex that
Yeah.
you want and don't want, right? So,
Yeah.
so all your bases are covered. But
Lots of reading material. Like it's pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can get an education there too.
be lovers, not fighters.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. We're talking about things like. Oh, hang on.
Hey George, there's
There's a
Cuban
Cuban
band,
band.
lead singer who does a lot of Rolling Stones and Beatles, Stone Temple Pilots. Well, that's a big pre-COVID when I was
Yeah.
at the Beatles
Yeah.
bar. They went to Amsterdam and played.
Oh, Amsterdam. Wow. Yeah. Holland. Yeah.
Nice.
All in English. Oh, cool.
Sudbury
Saturday
Saturday night.
night.
Yeah,
Stomping Tom.
I've seen Stompin' Tom a couple of times actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
lived in Sudbury, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
we
it.
would
Yeah.
often come through and frequent some of the hotels there and
Mhm.
City Lights. Yeah, so that's the bar that I was a bouncer at, and
Wow.
I cannot confirm or deny that they found me and a buddy of mine that I played football with asleep in the beer cooler. Asleep in the beer cooler with a gym bag half full of beer. We were transporting, of course, from one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they had this big cold room, and all the hoses from the liquor bars would come down there, and so you had all the liquor on these like kind of carousel thing, and
Okay.
then you had all the boxes of beer stacked in the middle of the room, and the reason they put them in the middle of the room was so that you could access them easily. But all the cold from the refrigerators were blowing out into that room and would kind of like cooling drops, right? So they had
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
set up so the coolers would drop frost around it. It was like, and you could see the frost coming down, and it was like heaven. However, when you're drunk and possibly a little stoned, do not sit back, have a beer, sit down and start telling jokes in a frosty room like that, because of course you're going to fall asleep a little too early. So
Uh
a
huh.
couple hours later, we were found in the beer cooler and
Half frozen.
half frozen, whole drunk, and somehow they did a layoff shortly after, and we were on the list. But
Oh no.
These
allegedly,
things happen.
That's funny. Hey, so
Kathy's saying the soap on the rope was created. Yep, absolutely.
yeah.
No, imagine that
Nice.
you're going to prison, so you have to check in the next couple of weeks because it's not a big bad crime, so they're letting you, settle your affairs before you go in. So imagine that. So your friends say, hey, we're going to have a little going away party, and everybody shows up with soap on the rope. Come on,
Oh
give me a
dear.
shank or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mm,
Wow.
crazy. But
Soap on the rope you can't have there either because that's a weapon now.
it is. You can make
Yeah.
all kinds of things out of a bar of soap.
Mhm.
Didn't
Yeah.
what was it, Papineau or Escape from Alcatraz or something? They made a key out of a bar of soap.
yeah.
But just imagine holding the rope and clocking someone in the head with a bar of soap. Like, man,
Or
it's a weapon. It's a weapon.
it is a weapon. I mean, or taking that, trying to hoop a bar of soap. That's got to
Oof.
be uncomfortable.
Oh, that's just wrong. So let's. Now that we're in the shitty subject, have you guys seen any UFOs lately?
Well,
Any
I
word
mean,
on any UFOs?
the ones
I
getting
know.
shot
I know
out
our
of the
fabulous
sky.
prime minister shooting stuff out of the sky.
Yeah. So, did you guys watch his announcement of that?
You know
No,
what?
I heard
I
about it,
saw the
but
announcement and I thought, what a pathetic piece of shit. Why is he representing our country? The guy can't even comb his fucking hair when he addresses his country. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like he just
No,
rolled his ass out of bed. You
that part
know?
of it there.
He can't even talk.
No, and that part of it there wasn't the part that annoyed me. It was when he said, I don't know if I can paraphrase this exactly, but he said something about, and so I gave the order to shoot it down, to take it down, take it out. He didn't even look at the camera. If you're going to shoot something out of that sky, all right,
Yes.
and use our
Yes.
military to do it, you better stand there like a man and look people in the eyes and take
Yeah.
the accountability for it.
And the
Right?
thing is, he hasn't said anything.
No.
Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows where it is. And
Yeah.
I go, bullshit.
No,
If a
and
fighter jet's going to shoot something out of the sky, they're
yeah,
going to know exactly where it
they're
is.
gonna where it
Like,
is and
come
what way.
on.
And now they're like,
yeah, but
oh
it's the
well, it's
same.
unexplained, it's objects. Are we shooting
Yeah.
UFOs out? Because
I don't know.
here's the interesting. Every newscast that put that out referred to it as a UFO. Right?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's probably another goddamn weather balloon, you know?
Well, they had some film today, which was a weather balloon, right? Definitely a balloon
Oh, yeah?
shot in the sky, yeah. But
Wow. So they gotta get a military jet to shoot down a weather balloon. Like,
exactly, what are you using? Are you using
what?
Tomahawk
Really?
warheads or something to do
Really?
it? Well, here's
Like,
the thing. But he is such a I don't even want to get into what I think about him, but to
disgrace.
me, it was just absolutely, it's like embarrassing because here's the thing: at
Mhm.
the end of the day, an American fighter shot it down. All right,
Yes.
and I'm sure
Yes.
Biden, if he hasn't already, is taking claim for that. But come on, guys, we're shooting at weather balloons. What did that? Whatever you shot, I hope it was a few rounds or something, not through like a missile at it or something. But
Well, see, and
the
that's the other
scrambled
thing.
jet, that exercise cost what, $1 million
Well, I was listening to something
Easy.
tonight, and there was
in jet
and
fuel.
one of the ones in the States. They used a Tomahawk missile for
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
ones that's been in the States,
Yeah.
but they actually had to use two because the first one missed.
Are
So
you
that's
serious? An actual Tomahawk missile they used?
what I was hearing tonight. Yeah.
Somebody's got to look this up. Hang on, I'm going to do it. What's the
So,
cost?
and here's the big thing that really bothers me about all this. They're saying they don't know what it is, right?
Mm.
So you're telling me the military is going to shoot something out of the sky and they have no idea what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
You know, when you're hunting, you have to make absolutely sure you know what it is before you shoot it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the same goes with the military. They're not just going to fly around and just blast something in the sky that they don't know what it is.
No.
Like, come on. This is the biggest crock
But
of shit.
it's
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
how there's suddenly this rash of them, this spate of all these
Yeah.
balloons or
You know what?
whatever.
You know what we think is it's all distractions.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at something on Google, and the internet, has to be right. But
Of course.
Okay, so it's on Google. It says Tomahawk missile, and it says, the manufacturers, General Dynamics, McDonnell Douglas, blah blah blah. Unit cost $1.87 million
For one missile.
for one missile. Am I right?
Jeez.
Please, somebody tell me I'm wrong.
Wow.
Like,
How
we
can a
spent-
missile cost that much?
I don't know. I think that's a little rich, honestly, especially if we're blowing them up, right?
And losing one.
That's the whole Canadian budget. One missile right there, gone.
Hang on a second. No, hang on. So it says, I'm reading deeper into this, and it says about $1.4 million US for 59 Tomahawk missiles.
Oh, okay.
George, do the math on that.
There we go.
What does that work out to?
There we go.
It's
A
still
lot less.
Well, yeah. Hang on a second. Let's figure it out.
What is
We're
it? 1.3 million.
1.4 million
US dollars divided by
for
59.
59.
I
Divided
didn't even write 1.4 million. What's that?
I don't know. Use your calculator.
I don't know how to write it.
1.4 with 5 zeros.
1.4.
Yeah.
5 zeros.
Kathy or Richard or somebody out there smart figure this out.
Yeah. I was never very good at math.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I am, but
Divided by 59.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go 1400000. So 14 with 5 zeros.
So that's
Divide that by
140.
All right. I'm going to figure it out here. All right. So
we need help.
Okay. So it's $23,728 US dollars per missile.
Okay. Do you think it's the
24 grand? So they spent 50 grand
shooting down something,
60 grand, whatever, on shooting these down. What about the jet fuel costs to pursue the balloons, or actually go out of almost out of country airspace to go out and attack them, right? Or track them, or whatever they're doing.
Well,
So
maybe they want to justify the budget or whatever, the military budget, defense budget.
Well, I think now Trudeau's going to go have to shut down that Moderna facility in Quebec that he's highly supporting. So,
but they're not ruling out actual UFOs, are they? Oh, wait, hang on. We can sort you out here.
Well, if you listen to our leader, he's still talking like it's a UFO.
There you go. Good burst.
Cheers.
Remax.
Well, you know what? Maybe this is an invasion. I mean, we could, I mean, this would be awesome because, well, maybe not awesome because we're shooting the shit out of the air, right? But had we been friendly approaching them, it might have been cool. So maybe it's not so awesome. We're gonna all get annihilated.
Zapped. Yeah.
Hey,
Richard.
Hey, Richard. Long time no see.
So his theories, lots of theories. Why they're all coming now? Set up to see response time to enemy EMP going to be on more soon. EMP is electromagnetic pulse, which zaps all of our cell phones and
electronics,
engines, electronics. Okay. Yeah. Right. So there's a thing called a Faraday box, which you can actually build at home. A Faraday box is designed so that you can take your cell phones and everything, put them in the box, and it's actually shielded by EMP. Don't ask me how I know all that.
Well, it's survival, right?
Damn straight, right?
Damn right. Survival.
They come,
you know your stuff.
I might last a little more longer than you guys, but
you last a lot longer than me.
Sometime I'll get probed and vaporized.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Don't vote
Murph
Liberal.
has
all right, Murph.
All right,
I look forward to seeing the photo of the Beatles bar.
Yeah, come on down and visit. We'll have we'll go out and do what we do.
Yeah, and no one's going to vote Liberal.
Yeah, exactly. Trudeau needs to do a massive drive to increase our armed force numbers. You know what? I think he can go You know what? Maybe this is a guy. This is a guy who
Are we talking politics again?
took away our handgun right, which I know is not for everyone, but and what are we doing? We're at the same token, we're spinning around, pivoting, as they like to call it. We're going to pivot, and we're going to give all kinds of arms to a country that we have nothing to do with. I mean, but take all our guns away, right? Because the next thing they're going to pick on is our semi-automatic rifles that have multiple magazines in them, right?
Yes.
And that's the next thing that I think is going down. But so yeah, so his speech about taking out I just, the two don't equate, so I think we just have to.
See, guns for me are a funny thing because I grew up, I was like in my 30s when I left, but I grew in a country where even the police didn't have guns.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy when you think about it. I'm sure they have now.
Well, the only ones who have they've got sort of grandfathering. So if you had handguns prior to this and they were legally acquired and registered and everything, you're okay for now. But it's it wasn't right because who's being punished here? Not criminals, right?
No.
And only criminals will have handguns eventually, or semi-autos, or whatever, right? So I'm back to the people kill people, whether it's a gun or some other means, they're going to do it. Now, I do agree that full automatic weapons, they don't really have a place in our society right now at all, unless it totally breaks down. But I can see that being a restricted or banned item, right? But yeah. Anyhow, wonder what John Wayne would have thought about this.
John Wayne.
Take away his pistol.
John Wayne.
I know, eh?
Yep.
Too much.
I really like John Wayne. Well, I won't go into it anyway, but it doesn't matter. I'll bring that up.
What? Wayne?
John Wayne.
What about him? He's cool.
He's just. Well, I used to think he was cool, and I sort of read some stuff about him. I thought he's not that cool.
Why? What did you read about him?
I don't want to go down that road.
No.
No.
Well,
someone dug up dirt on the G-Man.
No, I think I've seen interviews with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he's old school. Let's put it that in his relationship.
Very old school. You got John Wayne, Steve McQueen, all of these people when.
Yeah.
And his view of women, right, and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you watch a lot of those shows back then. Yeah. I used to like watching Gunsmoke and what was the other one?
Matt Dillon.
Bonanza, right?
Oh yeah. Ponderosa.
Yeah, but you know what? You're absolutely right. If you go back, there was one I was watching recently, just because I hadn't seen it, and it was My Name Is. What was it now? My Name Is something, but it was about this cowboy, and talk about, I'm sure that I wondered why it's on Netflix right now because the snowflakes that get all over it, but it's just I don't even want to talk. There was another aspect of the Super Bowl which was kind of gleaming, and I just I won't go there. But,
no, you have to be careful. I actually watched the movie, and it's a brand new movie. It's Nicolas Cage is in it. It's called It's a Western. It's a Western. It's just come out this year recently, I think, in the last few months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like a remake, and it's like, it really is. If you like your old style Clint Eastwood type movies, slow movie. It's not very long. It's only about an hour and a half. Slow moving, and it's a story you've seen so many times before. It's all about vengeance. His wife. And the daughter, and it's if you like those kind of movies, it's a quick watch, about an hour and a half. You don't have to think too hard, but it's just really, really slow. You know, it's my kind of movie. I don't have to concentrate too much. You know,
Yeah.
the plot isn't too deep. You know, it's okay. He's gonna get. Oh, he's had it. You know, that guy's got it
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
You know,
Hey
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
that Western was called My Name is Trinity.
Trinity. I don't
Yeah,
think I've
and
seen
it
that
was
one.
it was
Really?
really great movie back in its day, and even by today's standard, it's pretty good. Like
Oh.
he was the fastest gun in the West kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
another one.
then
Yeah, there's so
yeah,
many of those, isn't
and
there?
there was a sequel called My Name is Still Trinity. And so
Oh,
and
I thought Trinity was a rapper.
well, Trinity actually had, in that movie they said Trinity was like the left hand of the devil or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But there's a bunch of meanings for Trinity. But
Yeah.
there was also this other Western. I think now that I think about it, it was a spoof maybe of the Trinity movie, which was My Name is Nobody.
I
Um,
was just I was
yeah,
just gonna say that
because
movie. My name is Nobody.
that was more of a comedy, I believe, right?
Yeah,
And
it was really funny.
Trinity was actually kind of a comedy as well too.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, why don't we just go back and erase all of society, right? I mean, if we're
Yeah,
Great idea.
absolutely.
Why not? What's
a
wrong with
complete
that?
reset, right?
Who wouldn't want to do that? Come on.
Erase our past.
Seems a logical thing to do. Why not? Let's go for it.
Wasn't Henry Fonda in My Name is Nobody?
Oh, is it that far back?
I think so.
Oh yeah, it's an old movie, but it
I was
was
thinking
really
more
good. It's
recent.
funny. My
Yeah,
name
it
is
is funny.
Nobody.
Yeah.
There was the fastest hands in the West. Did you ever see that? That's the same thing too. There's a gunslinger, but he's not even. His hands are so fast. He stands in front of a gunslinger
And he did.
and
You
takes
noticed
the
his hands move.
yeah, he takes the other guy's gun out of his holster, flicks it around, smacks him in the face, puts the gun back. He does all this shit before the other guy can even draw his gun out. it's so funny.
Oh wait, let's
Eh,
look at.
the,
Do
the
you
good
want to?
old days.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Okay, here. Let's
That
have a
sounds
look
it.
at it. Let's look at a clip of that movie. Like
Oh, did you find it?
I did. And
The fastest hands in the West. Did you say it's called?
Yeah, the other one's My Name
fastest,
is Nobody.
but it was like fastest gun in the West, right?
No, fastest hands.
Oh, okay. I thought it was fastest gun alive. So it was what was it? Fastest hands in the West?
Fastest hands in the
Sounds
West.
like a completely different genre to me than a Western.
In the West.
Did you find it?
I think I did.
Oh,
There you go.
What would it be about 11 years ago or something like that? Or with
No, it's way back.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the actor's name.
I might have it. All right, let's see. Movie time. Get the popcorn out.
All right.
All right, here we go. I got my munchies here.
There you go, for sure. Do. All right, quiet on set. Here we go.
Okay.
And roll them.
Zilch. Entertainment.
In the West, there are 5 egoistic, deaf something. Hey, we can't hear it. What's going on?
I don't know.
Must be that YouTube thing. Oh, yeah, of course it is. Hang on, boys.
Wow, that looked like William Shatner.
Is this what you're talking about?
No, this must be the beginning or something.
Oh
No.
my God. No, this can't be it.
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Oh. All right. Let's put an end to that.
Yeah. Or even,
Wrong one.
oh, well, we'll have to
And find it.
check that out and find it another day.
Yeah.
Hmm. So much for the popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we lost that moment, didn't we?
Yeah. That's okay.
So you know what? In 8 minutes, the show's over.
Wow.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
It feels like we just sat down.
That's right. No guest, no nothing, no particular subject matter. We
Just blah, 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 blah.
So
Yeah, that's a bit-
Richard's
Richard,
point here is saying,
Richard, you're just scaring us now. You like
I
scaring
know.
us.
just
That's what
issue
he
a
does.
warning to all American citizens to leave Russia, and immediately. Breaking news just now on CP24. Nothing
Wow.
funny going on there. I heard about that earlier today, actually, that if you're American or even Canadian citizen in Russia, to find your way out.
Yeah.
Because the Russians want to. I don't want to
Well,
say Russians because I'm not sure everybody's aligned in Russia on this.
No,
no,
Whole
no.
war.
But what's happening is you have us, North America, supplying the Ukraine with arms and everything else. So yeah, it's you could get beat up on the street or something if people find out you're from North America.
Hmm.
So yeah, get
Well,
out of the country,
this is what I find
right?
ironic and a bit twisted. Okay, well, why not just step in and help, right? Like physically help. Send some units out there, battalions, whatever it takes. Go out and end it. Get
I don't think you
all the
can.
NATO all the NATO forces join and just deal with it,
Hmm.
or bring it to a peaceful surrender or something like that. But anyway, intervene
Mhm.
that way because I think it's a little condescending to be just here's a couple of guns, here's some missiles,
Hmm.
here's some planes. Now go, like to
Yeah,
me
yeah, no,
it's
yeah,
sadistical, right? Like it's
it
like
is.
you're sitting there watching it. It's like playing a game, Hey, I'm
And you
gonna
don't
give you
agree with what's going on, so you're picking sides and arming them to go and kill other people.
go
Like,
kill them. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So whether that's a great point, and whether our leaders are doing this, going out and pulling the trigger, they're actually, they're doing it by supplying arms. Somebody's just doing
yeah,
the dirty work for them, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Sounds like organized crime to me.
Oh, uh, you know what? Organized crime. There's a word for that. It's called government.
Government.
Yeah, there's a couple
I think we're
other.
gonna get a Facebook beat down pretty soon.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever. Let them
Never
be us.
happened. Yeah,
No.
I ain't going to Facebook jail, and if I do, I
Yeah.
get 3 squares a day. The sex I
Well,
want.
it's funny because there's a lot of stories going on, but they're not really being televised, or they throw it at you, and then it kind of just disappears, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard about the Thai princess that's in a coma?
No.
No.
Thailand's king, his daughter, the princess of Thailand,
Mm.
is in a coma right now. She's been in a coma for just over 3 weeks,
Okay.
and she collapsed 23 days after getting her Pfizer booster shot.
Oh my God! Don't even go there.
Oh.
I know.
I went through all of
I,
that just
I
before
know.
Christmas. So exactly that.
And it's just freaking wild. And now they have doctors spewing, the ones that were telling everyone before not to do it, not to take it because of blood clots. And here we go. So I don't know what's true or what's not yet, because again, the internet is so
no,
full of shit.
That's absolutely got to be true because, like I said, I went through it personally. So, it's absolutely true, and it does. It's caused blood clots and brain bleeds.
Yep.
Anyway,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm gonna fucking lawyer up pretty soon on that because it's just, it's yeah. it just sickens me. And the healthcare system right now, and I know like your wife works in it, but
Yep.
I just feel that there's a lack of support for those who really care and do a great job. It's not,
Mhm.
this idea of like we support healthcare workers and everything else. Unfortunately, internally, it's not being supported to the point where people don't really give a shit, right?
No.
They put
No.
in their time. They're not really caring. It's like a Pez dispenser, get you in and get you out. Who cares what?
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
look at that situation with that fundraiser recently that was had for oh gosh, Henry, was his name Henry? He went to the hospital like 2 or 3 times, and they just kind of pushed him away, and he died, right? Um,
Yeah.
Derek was part of his band was part of
Mm.
that fundraiser.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and apologize for not getting the guy's name, but I do have CRS, which is now full blown craft disease. So
Mhm.
just can't
You
remember the
have.
friggin' thing, right?
You have.
But the Pfizer brand, who we all thought was, that's the shit right there. Um,
Uh huh.
is it's now coming to light that may not be the case. But Moderna's almost been a shit show right from the beginning, right? So
Yes, it has. Well, and,
and
and that's see again. I've heard that Thailand now is talking about getting Pfizer completely out of their country. They're not going to use it anymore.
yeah, well,
But again, this is what I've heard because all this stuff now with
I
the
think we need
princess,
to
right?
get our right to choose. What sickens
Uh
me are
huh.
people in that are in nursing homes and retirement homes, and
Hmm.
basically being told, look, if you won't accept these boosters, you're out of here. And
Yeah. Yeah.
that's forced, and and it's causing death. So
Hmm.
I'd love to see the our leadership in Canada somehow explain
Change.
or atone for those, you know because it's we all get hell bent. Like today, they were talking about how, ooh, look out, because tomorrow's the anniversary of the trucker rally, and I can't
Yeah.
believe that's been a year, but it
Well,
has. So
Uh
now
huh.
there's concern that there's going to be trucks parked outside the Parliament, but
Oh.
um, and they're spending right now millions of dollars on these inquiries
mm,
as
Yeah.
to why did the police ante up a lot more support and all of that stuff when they weren't authorized to do it in some cases, right? Well, they're
Hmm.
doing their job, and what do you expect? At one point, we're saying this is the problem with liberals right now. They vacillate on everything. They don't take accountability for shit.
No.
And
Nothing.
I have to end this discussion right now because this is
I know because we're all going to get angry.
yeah. Why can't I ever go to bed on a Monday night feeling great?
because you end up talking about these things.
Yeah, but George, they're real, right? I mean, we can't avoid them, but we should avoid them, but we can't.
You
We're
can.
people
There
too,
is a
right?
way of avoiding them to a
Don't
certain
talk about it.
degree. To a certain degree, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? We voted these people in place, and just get out and
I
vote.
did not.
Neither did
Mm.
I. But it's the ones who don't vote that are the
But
Well,
problem.
it's
you
funny.
can't win, right? You can't win.
I have asked a lot of people, and nobody voted for the liberals. So how the hell did they get in?
No idea. They might have the same relationship with Putin that
Mm,
Trump
Yeah.
had. I don't know.
yeah. It's tricky.
Heiko's gonna get the show in Facebook jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there
would,
we go.
I think Ringo's already beat him to that. We'll see.
Yeah, see,
Uh,
Richard saw that too, the Thai
yeah,
princess.
yeah, yeah. There's a
I,
lot of
I,
funny
I,
stuff going on.
yeah, it's like, and is it all real? Is it really happening, or is it
Well,
all just smoke screens and shit?
well,
So
if
we
you
those
don't
don't know
know.
weather
there's
balloons,
something else,
if those
Mm.
weather
you know?
balloons, those weather balloons turn out to be UFOs, we're in a lot of trouble because
Yeah,
Big Brother's watching, and
No.
I think it's all a bunch of crap because, again, how can the military shoot something down and they have no idea what it is?
Yeah, and
And they're
honestly,
saying it was in the uh, places where the
Shut-
planes fly, the air
shut-
traffic.
Yeah.
Bullshit! They shot the thing up
but
way the hell up
but
north again
look
in
it,
the ice. You know?
look
Yeah.
it. Okay, so we've got Amazon, right? And
Yes, we do.
you got to give the Chinese credit because they make some cool shit. They really do.
No.
I mean, some of the products that we can get nowadays, right? And
Mhm.
however they're, they manufacture them. I don't know. It's just when I get an idea of something, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I wonder if this exists. I go on Amazon and somebody's already crafted that up and it's being, it's being shipped out of China or something. And
Yeah.
it's like, wow. But here's the thing: you cannot deny that the technology capability of China and just their sheer engineering smarts are
Yep.
greater
Mhm.
than most in the world. Okay,
Yep.
because they can do it better, faster, and cheaper than anybody else. So here's the
Yeah.
thing: I try to understand is okay. So China's going to send out what, almost 6 quote weather balloons across North America.
Uh huh.
Very inconspicuous.
That's very curious. It is. Like
Yeah.
It's
what?
inconspicuous. I mean, let's have a big weather balloon and secretly take some
And
photographs.
the Chinese
You know?
apparently they're not even denying it. They're saying no,
Yeah.
they're weather balloons.
They're probably taking the mickey out of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they could be.
they're having a good laugh, probably.
Yeah.
So again, they are having a good laugh because
I think
if
so.
they're saying yes, they're weather balloons.
Well, that's
Why
not
is our
my
government
balloon.
saying
It's not
we
mine?
we don't know what it is, we
Yeah.
don't know where
Well,
it is,
I think they're
but
saying
we
now
shot it down.
that was our
Yeah.
stuff. Aren't they saying that was our stuff and they've shot it down? It wasn't.
Well, and they're probably laughing right now at us, saying, "Look at
Of course
those
they are.
turkeys. Those turkeys just spent how many millions of dollars destroying our paper balloons up there." And by the way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we bought them at Dollarama and we spray painted them gray,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yes.
it's kind of ridiculous, but
It is.
I think the level, again, I think I said it earlier when you guys were talking about that song, you know,
Yep.
you match force with reasonable force.
Mm.
Sending
Yes.
a fighter jet up or a chopper and releasing a Tomahawk missile more than once at a balloon.
Have 2 shots at it. Yeah.
You know what? You could have zoomed me up there in a Beaver airplane with my airsoft gun and popped that
Yeah.
sucker out of the, a lot cheaper.
But see, wouldn't you think the first thing the plane should do is find out what it is before they start shooting at it with missiles?
Well, exactly.
Like,
so you hit the
fly
nail
out
on
there,
the
go,
head.
oh shit, it's just a weather balloon. Oh, no big deal.
They don't
right?
know what it is, and they shot it out of the air because it was in their space. They have no right to do that because here's the thing. You're absolutely right. They have to identify, right? So if that was a small plane, what would they have done?
Mm.
Would they have just shot that out of the air? Like if it was so you're absolutely right. That's called blind firing, and we don't blind fire, right?
No.
What if Germany reinvented the Zeppelin and they were flying a bunch of people across?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Let's shoot it down.
This could have been a university experiment to see how high they could launch a balloon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are these things around there all the time, but for some reason someone's decided to make like an issue out of them? You know?
Do you know what? They are up there. They are up there frequently. Have you seen Skinwalker Ranch?
No.
Skinwalker Ranch it's a ranch, I guess. I think it's near Arizona or something, but it's kind of desolate, and all these weird phenomena happen out there.
Okay.
Oh,
they did, they got somebody in and they launched like a weather balloon, and to try and figure out the peak of this energy source. So this thing goes up like thousands and thousands of feet, and anyway, it had an issue. But my point is that technology exists, and to go and analyze, let's say, temperatures, whatever it is, like a weather balloon does, it's got to go up to pretty high altitudes, like maybe
Yeah, I think
40,000 feet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so we shoot it down, right?
Brilliant. Freaking brilliant.
Mhm.
Yep.
But it was in like you say, commercial airspace, whatever, and a threat to whatever airlines, right?
Well,
I
mean,
that's the line, right?
the worry is the spying, and I watched a smug, actually, I think it was somebody from either the military or FBI or CSIS or something talking about how, we have that right. We have that right to shoot things up, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I get international airspace, but to your point, Hike, we got to identify what we're shooting out of the sky.
I'm sure they can. I mean, they must have
Absolutely.
cameras on the plane that they can
Right.
send back down to control whatever, whoever's.
So
And say,
I'm
what is this?
assuming, I'm assuming
Yeah.
that our fearless leader is not a licensed hunter, or is never had a gun course, because they will tell you in that part of the test is identifying
Must.
your duck that you're
Your
going to take out, or whatever
your
it is,
target.
whatever you're going to
Yeah.
harvest, right? You have to
Yes.
identify that, because if you don't identify it, then you could be poaching, right?
Yes.
Right.
So, but hey, it's cool. No, shoot it down.
And again, the other rule is identify your target and identify what's behind your target, right? So these morons, they shoot a missile and miss. So where's that missile gone? Where did it go?
Fun fact, okay? What's going to happen? What's going
Exactly.
to happen when that Tomahawk? So that Tomahawk missile is going to blast right through that piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
And probably not.
And do what?
Unless it somehow is time or somebody presses a
Self-destructs,
button to
yeah.
detonate it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a surface hard enough to invoke let's say a warhead or some kind of
No, it's a
primer,
balloon,
right?
for Pete's
It's
sake.
a balloon. So that is going to travel somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So unless they can destruct it, in midair, you're right. It could be off, and all of a sudden we start a war because we
got 2 missiles taken off somewhere.
Yeah, taken off through the Yukon, and all of a sudden we do invade China with a Tomahawk missile. All of a sudden,
maybe that's where it went. Maybe that's where the Russians, where U.S. citizens have to get out of Russia.
And that might have been the trepidation on his face when he said, "Yeah, so shoot it down."
Oops,
right?
sorry.
Take it out. I think he said. So I think he's played too much or not enough Call of Duty, actually. But
no, you know what? He never looks into the camera. He never speaks to the people he's addressing. He's just a phony piece of crap.
I know, it's like stand up and be a leader. It's like
it's all lies.
Hey,
and
we
bullshit.
had this event and we want to protect Canada at all costs. And he did say that little bit, but he wasn't convincing. It's like, man, you could have been cross-eyed up there and it would have been more convincing. Like, he just no passion behind that whatsoever.
No.
And it's a big deal. It really is. I mean, if you're going to scramble the military to do what they had to do, I mean, I would be embarrassed to be in that fighter jet, about to launch a Tomahawk missile at a piece of friggin' paper, right? I mean, it's like what kind of weird target practice is this?
The other thing is, if the military was going to go and shoot down a weather balloon, with jets and missiles and all that kind of crap, don't you think they'd keep it quiet?
Yeah.
Instead of televising it globally that they just did this stupid nonsense?
Yeah.
They would just go quietly, go do it, and then, okay, we saved the day, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, no.
No, it's ridiculous.
Something's
anyway, guys, we should probably
on that note, folks.
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow. So.
Wow.
Oh my God,
that's
a terrible thing. Well,
it's a lot of fun.
Anyways, I'm sure we'll get into some goofy shit again next week. So I want to thank the fans for being a part of our show. Keisha, number 1, had a go girl. Junior, Murph, Kathy, James, Susan, and Richard. Thank you guys too for contributing and being part of our show. And we hope we'll see all you guys here next Monday night at 9:30 on the Heikadelic Show. Have a great week, everybody. Stay out of trouble. Don't be on the news.
Hi there, my name's Mr. Wiggleton, and I'm actually the producer and janitor here at the Heikadelic Show. But anyhow, I think it's good, but it really it's pretty late show, so I don't even watch it myself, so I have no idea what it's about. But that Heiko guy, he's pretty smart. He is pretty smart. He doesn't pay me well, but he's pretty smart.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.